Hi guys, back again with the start of a series of reviews of a TV show called Covert Affairs, which is a new spy series. Or it was in 2010. It's in its fifth season now, so I'm going to get on with reviewing it now. So this is Covert Ops Season 1, Episode 1, which was the pilot, which aired on the 13th of July 2010 and was an hour and 10 minutes. And it stars Piper Perabo as Annie Walker, that's the lead. Christopher Gorham as Oggy Anderson, he's blind and works at the CIA. Got Carrie Matchett and Peter Gallagher, who are Arthur and Joan Campbell, who are butt heads constantly. You've got Conrad, you've got Eric Lively as Conrad, who tries to hit on Annie a bit. And then you've got Elon Baylor as Ben Mercer. What happens is at the start we see Annie getting interviewed. And it's kind of like a lie detector test. And they're saying, will personal relationships affect you if you're working for the CIA? So she says no, and throughout that we get flashbacks of her on a beach and her in a relationship with this mystery man who ended up breaking her heart, and he left a note saying the truth is complicated. She's supposed to be hurt, but he did this and kind of heartbroken and really affected by it. So she says no, and then it shows her doing training where she's jumping out of a plane, parachuting down. Thus, we get the Covert Affairs intro. So she gets down, they go, you're needed, and she's called in to go into the CIA. And on her first day walking in, she's like, oh, wow, this is amazing. She crashes in, and there is a little bit of comedy in this. It's not over-the-top comedy like Chuck, and it's not overly serious, but it's not bad. So she has to look like a hooker, basically, hooker/escort, whatever you want to call it, and in Washington, D.C., to meet a guy called Stassos. He is supposed to give intel, but he then gets killed, and she runs over picking up the intelligence. So she has to go back, and she flirts with this FBI officer there, gets the intel, takes it back. But something's not right. She goes to see her old professor, and he says to her that what the guy called her says is kitten, but not in Russian. So she's like, So her and Oggy go into the morgue and realise that the dead person isn't Stassos. It's somebody else, because Stassos has tattoos on his body. So we're sitting there going, hold on a minute, why didn't the CIA already check this? Why didn't they already know? What's going on? How did she figure it out? And Oggy's with her, and he ends up shoeless, and he's blind, and it's just really funny to a degree. They go looking for Stassos because it turns out so he's going to try and kill Victor, who's now spoken Russian journalist. So they go there to look for him, and they can't find him, but they get Victor to safety. At this point, Annie chases the guy because she sees him for what feels like 5 minutes, even though it's not. And then a fight ensues, and he's getting the upper hand, and he's dominating her. He's strangling her, punching her, and you think to yourself, but she's supposed to be the best in her field. What's going on? So as she's losing like this, she sees a figure who looks like the guy she was dating on the beach. She dumped her. Who's Ben Mercer, played by Elon Baylor. Stassos gets killed, and then we see that she gets a commendation. And you're like, what's she getting a commendation award for? Messing up nearly everything. So right at the end, we see Arthur and Joan talking about Ben Mercer, and about how he returned, and do they need to get a team together? And Arthur says, no, let's Annie drag him out more, basically pull him out the shadows more. So overall, the episode was pretty good, but there was a lot of problems. I am a big fan of Oggy Anderson, the blind CIA worker who works on the computers, and he's the intelligence bloke, really. There's a bit in the show I really liked where I'm sitting with Annie and Conrad, and they're drinking, and Annie goes, oh no, I forgot I've got to be home. He goes, how am I going to get home? So he flirts with the woman at the next table. I thought that was quite clever. I don't like the home stuff with her sister. I get tired of spy shows doing this. Why do they always have to have a family member that they need to belong to? I think it's to bring out the humanity and like the personal side. But it just drags stuff out. Like she's got to go to a party where her sister tries to get her off with a bloke, and the bloke's horrible and she's annoyed by it. And the professor tells her she talks good Russian even though she doesn't. But it's acceptable because it's an American show. Another point of the show is the lighting. The lighting doesn't seem right. Outside, it seems okay, but inside it always seems a bit too dark. Another problem I had with the show was the rush training. I would like to have seen more training in this pilot, so we got to see like what are her shooting skills like. But another problem this show had was it relies too much on the seduction. Because Piper Perabow's not a bad looking woman, it seems like they're going to go in the way of seduction more than intelligence. But there are some great scenes in it. One of the great scenes in it was with the breath mint, where she sticks it on the phone after the guy presses on it and uses it to get in. A very good way of using something that you normally have to get where you need to be, which is what we want to see in spy shows. There's great chemistry between Piper and Christopher Gorham, who play Annie and Augie, and that's great because I look forward to seeing more of them in the future. I'm also looking forward to seeing more of Ben Mason, finding out what his story is. So overall, this pilot, it was all right, but it needs a lot more to get going. I felt like there was a lot more this pilot could have done, and I felt there was a lot missing that should have been there. At the moment, I'm not very impressed, but I'm still enjoying it. So hopefully it will get better as I go through. I'd rate it a 3 out of 5 because it's decent, and it looks like it could get somewhere, but at the moment, I don't know. So I'm going to keep watching, keep reviewing, and let you guys know what I think. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the Covert Affairs review, let me know down below. And thanks for watching, and take care. And please, subscribe.